In this adventure, I'm back in Idaho. I'm in Central Idaho on Highway 75 right now, and I pulled over to just take a look at this unbelievable vantage point. I mean, those mountains back there are just amazing, just solid granite. Forest just goes forever, and just been an amazing ride. I'm halfway between Lowman and Stanley, and I'm gonna go to Stanley, pick up some supplies, and then head to a place called Sunbeam. And you gotta love people who name their town Sunbeam. Then take a left, and I'll be back up in the mountains there, about 40 miles, to a place called Mosquito Flats Lakes. Now, I'm really hoping that the namesake doesn't really resemble the experience, so we'll find out. So join me as we travel Central Idaho. Well, I found this old cabin right off the road. I'm on the river heading up out of Sunbeam, and pretty cool old cabin. I don't know who stayed here or how they lived making a living back up here, but it must have been tough. You never know what you're going to find unless you get out in the backcountry and just drive the road. So again, up from that old cabin, there's a mining establishment. It's a Custer City, and they preserved a lot of the old buildings from the 1860s. And this must have been a pretty rough place, especially in the winters. But it's pretty cool. They reserved a lot of the cabins, and so let's go explore. Custer was a gold mining town. I bet the Emperor's Saloon had a few gunfights back in the day. Walking down towards this old miner's cabin, it's just amazing to take a look at the square cut logs that they used back then. Man, these guys have done a great job preserving all of this history. Yep, just a really simple one-room cabin. If you didn't have a wood stove, you'd be in some serious trouble. So as you can tell, I'm not at the lake. I decided to stay at Mill Creek Campground, which was my original campsite that I had planned on staying at. And after rolling in here, and it was 5:30, tired, been on the road for about 2.5 hours, I just decided, you know what, better safe than sorry. The road's really drivable, and it's a lot of fun on the big BMW. But when you get tired, you can make mistakes. So being safe than sorry. So got a great campsite. There's about 4 or 5 other families in this little campground, and everybody's got 4x4s or razors. So this must be the go-to spot in Central Idaho to come up here and just let her go. So anyway, we're going to get dinner set, camp set, and we'll catch you a little bit later. Cheers. Perfect end to a day. Riding in the mountains in Idaho, and found a great campsite, have a beautiful dinner, and it should be just a really enjoyable evening. So I'm gonna have this just gourmet dinner and just relax, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It's day 2, and I've been riding for about 20 minutes. Broke camp, took my time, and just really enjoyed that campground, Mill Creek. So from here, I'm going to head into Challis and then air up my tires and get ready to head to Darby, which is probably about an hour and a half ride on the freeway. Fuel up and get whatever I'm going to have for dinner that night, and then head over to the Magruder Corridor. So just gorgeous, really warm last night. It was barely needed my sleeping bag. So anyway, it's been a great ride, and for anybody who wants to take this road, I highly recommend it. It's a nice, easy ride, probably about a 4-hour on gravel total, but it is pretty smooth. There aren't too many difficult spots, but you just see some amazing country. So see you guys down the road. Okay, so the best laid plans just went awry. So been riding pretty much all day, and it's 2 o'clock Montana time, and I ran into this just big squall, just a bunch of cells coming through, just thunderstorm, and it looks like it's coming right through the Magruder Corridor. And riding solo, not gonna try that with that much rain on the ground. So I gotta head south, probably back past Salmon towards Stanley, and find a place to camp, and then kind of figure out next steps. So we tried, but we'll get Magruder Corridor one of these times, so maybe with Gus. So we'll check in with you guys a little bit later. Update. I ended up coming all the way back to Stanley, grabbing some ice, a couple things for dinner, and then came out to Stanley Lake, which is about, I don't know, maybe 10 miles to the west of Stanley. and found just a little dispersed camping spot, I think. We'll see. I don't think anybody's going to tell me to move. But so got out of the rain, but it rained from Darby all the way to Salmon, which is about 60 to 70 miles, and it was coming down hard. So the only good news is it was 70, 75 degrees. So as soon as I left Salmon and turned towards Stanley, the temperature jumped back up to 90, and I dried out pretty quick. But yeah, I've got a nice little campsite. The lake's right behind me, so right now I'm just thankful I'm off the bike. I think I probably did a good 600 miles today. I know I went through, I filled up twice. So anyway, all's good here at camp. So time to get some dinner. And if I don't talk to you guys, we'll catch you in the morning. Morning. It's day 3 and Saturday morning, and I just got camp broken down, the bike's loaded and ready to roll, and it's about 9:15. So last night was a pretty peaceful night for the most part. By the time I got the tent set up and had dinner, it was 8:30, so I didn't stay up too much longer because 1, the mosquitoes were out, and 2, yesterday's ride, I think I probably did 600-700 miles. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to figure it out when I get back town. But anyway, we're going to head from here down to Lowman, and then from Lowman to McCall. And once I get to McCall, I'm going to figure out which way to go. Take a left, go to Hell's Canyon, and then back up on the Oregon side, and probably up in the Wallowas for a final night's camp out, and then or go north, and that's someplace I've never been before, but it's towards Lewiston, and there's a great corridor with a lot of different campgrounds. So we'll figure it out once we get to McCall. So I'll see you guys a little bit later down the road. Well, to no surprise, after I left McCall, I headed northbound on Highway 95, and just a gorgeous ride. A lot of canyons, just following a river through the canyons. A lot of people out rafting again. But stopped at Riggins to get ice and just a couple of things for dinner tonight, and ran into a couple really nice families. And I gotta say, everybody that I've met and had conversations with here in Idaho, super friendly, down to earth, just can't, love to help you. So anyway, with that said, they gave me a couple of hints on where to go for a campsite tonight, and I'm on Highway 14, which is actually the highway that runs up to Elk City. So gonna get back on the bike and see if we can't find a great camp for tonight. See you in a bit. So tonight we're having 4-cheese ravioli with some peppers, onions, and olive oil. Amazing. Just a little pasta, some veggies, a lot of olive oil, which makes everything taste better. So, wow. Final night of camping. Tomorrow, get up, pack and try and get home probably 3:30 or 4, but right now I'm going to enjoy this beautiful meal. So cheers. Good morning. It's day 4, and on my walk this morning I had time to just kind of reflect on this whole 4 days in Idaho. Didn't quite go as planned. I was really hoping to get the Magruder corridor in from Darby, Montana to Elk City, which by the way is about 30 miles that way. But you know, you just got to be flexible on these trips and just really have an adventurer's spirit and just take the chance to just go find something totally unplanned, and that's what we did. So this trip's been a great one, and Idaho is just an amazing place to ride. You could take all summer and come back here and never ride the same road twice and just have an amazing 2.5, 3 months on the road. Unfortunately, I got to get to work on Monday, so I got to pack up and get going. I hope this finds you well, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see all of you adventurers on the next video.
Life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. As I reach out to the sky. I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. 'Cause I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. 'Cause I found my way.